Who here has used Facebook ads in the past for the business? And who here has used them and would say they've had success with them? One or two people. Interesting. The reason I bring that up is because that's the face of the people that I tend to see when they are using Facebook ads. They place some ads, they put some money into it, and it doesn't work. They then blame the platform or say Facebook ads don't work and generally don't have a very good experience with them. It's always the same reaction that I see. But from this quote, I don't know who the quote's from, but Facebook is actually providing businesses with one of the best advertising opportunities since search. Search being Google, AdWords, SEO, etc. So if that's the case, if Facebook is providing us with the best advertising opportunity, and in my opinion it is, I think it's the best advertising opportunity in business in general, why is it not working for people? But before we get into that, well, why is it the best? First of all, it's cheap to start with. You can spend as little as £1 a day on Facebook ads. For that £1 a day, the targeting capabilities you get are better than any advertising opportunity available today. So you can target people by interest, demographics, behaviours, and as business owners or marketers, you should all have customer avatars and know who your customer is, and you can simply just go on Facebook ads and insert those different kind of demographics, etc. of that customer. And then, unlike traditional media, again, like newspaper, radio, and TV, once you've run a campaign or your campaign's running, you can track everything that's going on. So if you're putting something in the newspaper, for example, you're basically publishing and praying. You don't know what's really happening with that ad. Whereas when you put it on Facebook, you can see how many people have seen it, how many people have clicked on it, how many people have then converted and bought something as a result of seeing that ad. And being able to track everything means that when the ad campaign is running and you're able to track everything, you can make little tweaks and optimize the ad continuously. So I like to see Facebook ads as a bit of a game. You put the ad live, you see that loads of people are clicking on the ad, but they're not converting on your landing page. So that means there's something wrong with that landing page, and you've got to tweak that. People aren't clicking on the ad, then there's something wrong with the ad there. So you can, every step of the campaign, you can go and tweak it and make it better, and try and get your costs down. So what I'm going to do today is talk through a basic advertising funnel that I use with my clients, how you can do the exact same. And there's three steps to this funnel. First of all, creating valuable content. So creating content that your customers want to read, that's valuable for your customers. Sending people to that content, and lastly, retargeting people with an offer that they literally can't say no to. Before we get into the actual funnel, it's important to understand the psychology and the mindset and the types of people that are actually using Facebook before you try and target them. So there's three different types of prospects when you go on Facebook. The first group is people that are unaware of the problem. They don't know that they have a problem, or if they understand they have a problem, they don't really care about it. They're not looking for a solution. And when I speak about a problem in this context, it might not necessarily be a problem, but it might be the fact that you've got a solution that they don't know about yet. The second group of people is people that are aware of a problem. They're maybe looking for information to find out how they can solve that problem, but they're not too bothered and they're not maybe ready to buy yet. And the third set of people are people who know about the problem and they want a solution right now. They want to work with you right now for you to provide them with that solution. So that's the three different types of people in a very general context. And the fact of the matter is most people are unaware of the problem that they have. As marketers and business owners, we're guilty of targeting the people that are wanting our product right now, but we're forgetting about the people that are unaware of our product right now. And that's a massive problem that we have. 20%, if we go back to here, these two groups of people probably make up about 20% of everyone. This group of people is about 80% of people. So if we can work with these people and take a little bit longer with them, nurture them for a bit, and get them to buy with us in the long term, that's how to win. So as I say, most people are unaware. So it's down to you to educate those people to become aware of the problem. And the first step of doing that is creating valuable content. If there's a disconnect from people actually not knowing about the problem to buying our service, it's down to us to educate them from knowing about that problem to then buying our service. So we do that by creating valuable content. And we make the prospects aware of the problem through our educating content. But how do we do that? So the number one thing you want to do is answer your customers' questions in blogs and videos articles, podcasts, different sources of content that you can create. So if you can see for us here, this is an article that I wrote on my website. I don't know if you can see it, but it's basically titled, "How do you create a Facebook retargeting ad?" So I get asked all the time, how do you create a Facebook retargeting ad? So I wrote an article about it, and then I send people to that whenever they ask me the question. But what you want to do, as I say, answer customers' questions. They don't necessarily have to be questions, but think to yourselves, what questions do you get asked as a business owner or a marketer the most? So when somebody phones up your business, what questions are they always asking you? There'll probably be 5 to 10 ones that you can think of straight off the top of your head. Or if someone emails you, what's their number one question that they always ask? It's probably going to be things like, how much does it cost? Who are your competitors? I want to shop around. Price is the main one, and probably who mentions price on their website here? In fact, probably 10% of people, if that, mention the price. But everyone that's buying your product or service is going to want to know how much it costs, so it makes sense to mention your price on your site. And then you want to send people to your content. So what I want you to do is, you take one note away today, is go back home and create, say, 10 different articles, headlines of what people might ask you as a business owner or a marketer, what they're asking you, and what would they type into Google for that question. So if someone was wanting to know how much it costs for Facebook ads, they'd probably type into Google something like, how much does it cost for Facebook ads? That would be my headline of my title or my article or my video, and then I write an article on that. So just have a think about what you get asked all the time. Then it's a case of sending people to your content, and you can do that a variety of different ways. I'm going to talk about Facebook ads here, but you can send people to your content via email, social media, all the different means of sending people to your website. And another thing with answering customer questions, it's going to be picked up by Google, and you'll probably rank in the top couple of pages if you get the title right. So whenever I write a title like this one, I think this one ranked on the first page of Google within a day or something. So if you can do the same for all the questions that your customers are getting asked, you're going to drastically increase the traffic on your website. When you send people to your content through Facebook ads as well, they're going to be more inclined to click. So I'm not going to teach you how to send people to your content through Facebook ads in this talk. We're going to talk about retargeting people in a second. Basically, if you set up a very standard Facebook ad sending people to your website with an article that is valuable, and you target it correctly, you're probably going to pay less than 10p for a click for someone to go through to that article. So a client of mine who's a personal trainer, we were targeting specific men in England, targeting them with an article that was titled 5 Reasons You're Not Gaining Muscle. Targeting men in their 20s, etc. Obviously a lot of them that are into sports and men's health and men's fitness, etc. Obviously that's maybe not a problem that they have, but it's something that they're interested in, and we're only paying 2p to send people to that article. So we've sent about 3,000 people to that article, and it's cost something like 50, 60 quid. The next step is creating a lead magnet that is irresistible. They can't say no to it. It's something of really, really high value, and it's offering a low obligation solution to alleviate their pain. So if we're talking about the problems that we've answered in our content, we want to create a lead magnet that kind of follows on from that content. That's something that they sign up without. It's a no-brainer for them to sign up because it's such a frictionless journey from the content to the lead magnet. So for example, with the personal trainer one, when we're talking about 5 reasons you're not gaining muscle, the lead magnet might be something like 10 exercises to gain muscle. So people have read the article, they've built trust with that person, they know what he's talking about, and then the lead magnet, which is something that somebody enters their email or phone number for in return for the lead magnet. It's a no-brainer for them to do so. And your lead magnet can be anything. It can be ebooks, it can be courses, email or video courses. It can be a cheat sheet, like the 10 exercises to gain muscle, or register an interest in an offer. So if you're a consultant, a great way to get people to click through on a great lead magnet for people is to get them to sign up for a consultation. So if you're a physio or a personal trainer, applying for a consultation with that personal trainer. When you're creating your lead magnet, have a think about, you've got your 10 articles or videos that you're going to go and create for content-wise. You're sending people to that content through Facebook ads and through other means. Have a think about what your lead magnet is going to be. It's got to be something that leads on from the content. So all my content's about social media and Facebook ads. I've got 2 lead magnets. One's a social media course, and one's a Facebook ads formula or blueprint. So all my articles, when they're talking about social media and Facebook ads, is a no. If I provided enough value in that content, it's a no-brainer for someone to sign up to the lead magnet. And then this is where the magic happens. So who here has gone on to Amazon or ASOS or something, then they've gone back onto Facebook and they've been followed around the website with whatever they looked at? Yeah, you see a lot of nods, heads nodding. That's basically done by retargeting, and I'm going to show you how you can retarget people who visited your website and retarget them with an offer. Well, the first step is setting up what's called a Facebook pixel. A Facebook pixel is a little bit of code that you put onto your website, and it basically tracks when people have clicked on an ad and visited your website, or whenever just someone goes onto your website. And the way to get your pixel code is if you go into your Facebook Ads Manager. If you don't have Ads Manager set up, it's on the top right-hand side of your page. You'll see a little button that says Promote. If you click on that, then it'll take you through to your Ads Manager. When you're there, if you go over to the button that says Actions, View Pixel Code. If you've not set it up before, there'll just be a little button that says Create Pixel Code. It's one step. Then you take that code, and if you've got a web guy, I would just send it to them and get them to deal with it. It goes in between your header tags. Don't really know what that means. But if you've got a WordPress site, there's a plugin called Pixel Your Site, which you can simply just copy and paste your code into that, and it'll put it throughout your website, and that's it. So that's your Facebook pixel, and the plugin for that is Pixel Your Site. The next step is creating a custom audience. So if we're back on this page here, which is in your Ads Manager, next to the Actions button, there's a button here called Create Audience. When you click on that, this little button will pop up. It'll have your pixel ID there, and in the website traffic it says anyone who visits your website, and then in the last, and I would change that probably, for this funnel I would change that to 1 day, so everyone in the last 1 day. And then name your audience, anyone who's visited, whatever you want to call it. And what that basically means is anyone that visits your website in the last 1 day and fires the pixel code, this Facebook will create an audience for that, and you can target people with that audience, like here. So when you go to create an ad and you've chosen your advert objective, which is probably going to be conversions or send people to your site, in the custom audience box, you'll just simply type in the audience name that you just created. So anyone who visited Blue Cliff Media in the last 24 hours. And then you just want to leave all the rest of the targeting for this one the same, because you're targeting people that visit your website. And then once you've done the targeting, you create your actual ad. So this is an ad that I set up for my social media course. And when you're creating a Facebook ad, there's kind of five main aspects of an ad. You've got the image, the headline, the text, the newsfeed link description, and the call to action. What I want you to think is when you are creating an ad is to choose multiple images when you're setting an ad up first. And you'll find that if you choose 4 to 5 different images, probably 1 or 2 will convert better than the rest. And when you are choosing an image, for some reason this was the image that converted best on this advert. When you're choosing an image, you've got to think about what people are actually doing when they're on the platform. So they're scrolling through their phone, they're not really paying too much attention to what's going on, and so your image needs to stand out. It needs to be something that stands out in their newsfeed and catches their attention. When you've caught their attention, their eyes are going to go here to the headline, and you want to spark an emotional reaction, or get that person thinking about a problem that they have, or an opportunity that they can have with you. So I've got social media marketing made easy. So these people, if I've caught their attention with the image, they see the headline, social media marketing made easy. If they find social media marketing hard, chances are I've caught their attention there. Then their eyes are going to go up here, and this is where you can provide a bit of context about what it is you're actually offering them. So I've got a free course, get access to a free social media marketing email course here. They now know it's an email course, they know it's free. So if they're interested in a free course, it's going to help them with their problem, which is social media marketing. Chances are they're going to click on that ad. That ad would then take them to a landing page, and make sure your landing page is specific to the ad that you've created. And then also the sign up button, the call to action. I've got sign up. I've experimented trying different call to actions here. I've never really noticed much of a difference in terms of conversion rates for different call to actions. And once that person is signed up, they're in your funnel. You've got their details. You've taken them off Facebook, which is effectively Facebook owns that data of that person interacting with you there. You've taken them off and you now own that data. So you've got their email address or phone number or whatever it is you ask for them. And so if we have a look at a standard funnel, I know this is really, really dry stuff, but what we've just talked about, awareness stage is when you've created content that is helpful for your customer or your customer avatar, your audience. So you've created awareness there. You've then retargeting them with an ad, asking them to sign up. Since they've already read your article and they've seen that you know what you're talking about, they trust you, when they see an ad, they're much more inclined to sign up, and it'll cost a lot less because Facebook will say this ad is relevant to that person. So they've registered an interest with you, they've signed up, then they're in here. That's when they're in the funnel. And what you have to do there is just continue to provide value to that person. So maybe set up an autoresponder, continue to give them articles that are helping them, providing solutions to their problems. But one of the best ways I found to actually convert people is to get them on the phone. Got a funnel right now with a personal trainer where we're doing this. People are signing up to apply for a consultation with him. It's costing about £3 per conversion, and he's selling them a 99 product when they get them on the phone. So we're asking for the phone number, he phones them up and sells them a £99 product. So the return on investment there is high. But the main thing is finding a solution to their problem. So once you've provided them with value and the content, you've got them to sign up, you're providing more value with that lead magnet, and you provide them with even more value when they're in your funnel and you're emailing them and you've got a bit of a dialogue going there. When you find a solution to the actual problem that they have, which you probably helped them to discover, that's when they'll buy from you. And so it's providing value first and asking for the sale second. And that's where most people get it wrong, and that's why Facebook ads don't work for people. So we think of the psychology, when you're on Facebook scrolling through your newsfeed, you're not in buying mode at all. You're there to speak to friends and family and watch funny videos and be entertained. You're not there to buy. And so we've got to provide value first and get those people to trust us through the content that we create before retargeting them and then asking for the sale down the line. You might find, if we had a look back at the 3 different types of people, you might find that you do get some people in the 20% that do want to just literally buy from you right now. But we want to focus on the 80%, make sure that we're making them happy, and in the long term, they'll buy from us.
Thanks for watching Gavin Bell's video seminar on the retargeting process to boost sales through Facebook ads. Gavin can be contacted through his website, bluecliffmedia.com. For the blog version of this video seminar, click the link below. For other videos to help your business, click the video links on the right.